You know, for a brief moment, I kind of forgot what I was supposed to be doing this episode, but then I remembered. Hey guys, EndoPlasmite here. We're here with the next episode of EndoPlasmite Plays Pokemon LeafGreen. And before I go into any further business, I have to pause the recording. Okay. So, last episode, I specifically had talked about us exploring an area called Lost Cave. But unfortunately, because of how close it was to the end of the episode, I wasn't going to go through the process of actually, well, going through it. That's because Lost Cave, as it sounds, is very easy to get lost in. And there's also stuff that's hidden within the area of Lost Cave itself. So, the whole process of what I'm trying to do is to do this once, so that way I can show everybody all the stuff regarding item collection, because there are items that are hidden. So, starting off, we're going to go off to the right. And from this room, you're going to go down. This will be your first item that you can collect. Once you go back up, though, it brings you back to the start. So you got to go right again. Now from this point, you just need to go up. From up, though, there's nowhere else to go except down. And from going down, there is a trainer here, so I'll actually do that fight real quick. Pondering some different sets of events. Because again, I need to figure out where I want to end this series, and also some of what needs to happen. Unfortunately, for something that I want to try to do, it won't be fun. But it'll be doable. Type of thing. There's the one freeze. And then actually want to double check. No, I'm still good. Okay. Keeps doing wish, keeps trying to heal, but there's nothing to heal. Go. So from this specific room that we were at, the trick then is to actually go up. So you go up, you actually get an item. Another item. And of course, going down brings you back at the start. So once again, right, up, down. Now back at this specific point, where you need to go next is down again. And this time, you're going to go off to the right. Same boat again, if you go right again, you get another item. And of course, as always, you go this way, it brings you right back. So, once again, you go right, and you go up, you go down again, you go right. This time in here, you actually go left. At this point, you can also then go down, and you would go left. Well, again, this one again. Brings you to another item, which is actually the last main item that you can collect. So, overall, that seems to be the bulk situation of exploring around Lost Cave. And as I mentioned, at the end of the last episode, it's probably a good reason why I didn't try to actually complete this, because it definitely would have taken longer than the time that I had. Of course, I'm not done here, because to actually get to the final room, you have to go in this specific order. You go right, you go up, and you go down. You go down again. You go right, then left. Then you go down again. This time you go right instead of left. And then you go up. What do I intend to do with you? Nothing. This isn't that type of game. And this isn't this type of channel. I should probably use Giga Drain first. Oh well. Also, if you notice, the person's name is Selfie. The same person that I made the joke about when I saw the house sign. Oh yeah. We use strength. See, we're all good. No, I wasn't gonna mean harm to you. I'll take your money though. Wow. Ungrateful. I saved your life, dang it. Of course, our adventure is still not 100% done. Because now, we gotta go through this place one more time. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a dirty trick for this. Okay, class, hope you've been paying attention. How exactly did I get to this very end room? Because this is the last item in the room. If you haven't figured it out, then you'll have to figure it out on your own. So that means either going back and watching the recording again, or it means going through the process of trying to actually figuring it out yourself. Or you could just Google it. Either or. Unfortunately, that's all the adventures that we can do on 5 Island. At this point, we have to make our way over to 6 Island. Six Island's music is a little different, but kind of similar. What are you doing here, Blue? Hey, Endo, how's your Pokedex filling up? Looks like it's impossible to get all the Pokemon by hanging around just these parts. Maybe there are Pokemon we don't know about somewhere far away. Well, if I can't do it, there's no way for you to get it done. I'm not going to get all desperate over this. I'll keep collecting Pokemon at my own pace while I train them. That's what I'll do, so there's no point staying here. I may as well leave from home. That's that, then. Smell you later. And now we can actually heal our team and register this area. Now, the trick specifically with 6 Island is it splits into 2 different directions. And if I remember right, going down progresses the main story of what we've been trying to do. Going up is a little side adventure that kind of leads to disappointment. So we have to go down. At this point, I know specifically about the items that are there. I mean, it's kind of obvious there's a dot in the ground. There's Centrid, so it was 6 Island. Hello, sir. Probably further inwards. Or a different island. Earl. Earl Hart Jr. Also, I know that's not the name. Just trying to make a joke. Go. There's a couple other trainers in the area that we'll have to take on, of course. Now we're in Ruin Valley, a new area of exploration, and a lot of twists and turns and wild Pokemon to encounter, including a new one. That's not a new one. Boulder puzzle. Not really a difficult one. For a Sunstone. Sunstones are needed for only 2 Pokemon in this game. That's the new Pokemon I was talking about. There are technically, I believe, 2 more Pokemon that are in the area that you can encounter. I believe there's 2. And we'll probably encounter 3 shortly. That's not 3. Wide open area of walking around we gotta do. That's different. Another selling fodder item. This way brings us over there. There's the other one. So those are the 3 new Pokemon that you can find in this area. Oh, of course. Of course, yeah. Wrong type of move. Are you familiar with the lands around these parts? Just trying to especially when you have to factor in work schedules and whatnot. I'm gonna click on him anyways to see what he says. Braille. More Braille. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and use Repel real quick. Because this way is actually the way to go to get the item in another trainer. Daryl. And a new Pokemon. One that you won't be able to find in this game. You can with Emerald, though. And, Colosseum. Full restore. Will soon be worn off. Timing on that. Impeccable. Double duty of hiker trainers. I think. Unless one of these are actually archaeologists. Yeah, archaeologists. Well, Ruin Maniac, but you get the picture. It occurred to me that I don't have my cell phone with me, but it's not really anything that I needed for the current second, so we're fine for now. It's Stanley, spelled wrong. As opposed to Stanley Parable Stanley. I think. I'm second guessing myself. Go. He goes, adventure. That's what compelled me to come here. Going on an adventure. What compelled you over here was for your imaginary friends. And a home for them. Aha. Yeah, sure. How long have you gone without battling, then? Probably be right. Larry. Where's Mo and Curly? That'd be funny if they actually named the Ruin Maniacs in that area Mo, Larry, and Curly. But no, they didn't. I just named this one Larry. Another Machoke. This one I'm going to try to use Frenzy Plant with at least. Go. And now the fun parts. Check it more thoroughly. So there are 3 letters to this. And I'm going to take a guess to see if I remember what it was. I was right. Dotted hole. Dotted hole is a weird anomaly. Just because I don't think there's actually any Pokemon in this area. Which is strange if you think about it. But it's not strange if you also think about it because it was completely sealed off. Now, Dotted Hole's anomaly is very similar to Lost Cave. If you pick the wrong direction, you'll somehow end up back at the start. So in this case, you have to pay attention to know how to read Braille. This one says up. It's easy to tell some of it based on the number of letters. Like that has 2, so obviously it goes up. That one has 4, so it could either mean left or down. And I'm going to guess that it actually means down. Nope, it meant left. So we go up. We go left. This one's right. This one is down. Hey, look, it's the sapphire. Really? You stole it. Yeah, nah, chancy. Well, now we got both passwords to actually get inside there. Oh yeah, before I do that. And I'm just letting this run through like this. And I'll probably do the same thing like I did before, where I'll actually post up what it actually says. Now we can just fly on back. Before we go any further, there is something that I need to do as well. Of course. Bear with me, there is a point to this. So if I remember right, because I'm trying to think back, I think the Farfetch'd is at the one daycare. It's been at the one daycare. So keeping that in mind, I actually need to store Mr. Mime at this daycare. There is a point for me doing this. But that point will be explained later on. Also, this egg is almost about to hatch. I already know what's going to come out of the egg when it hatches. People that have not played this game before, however, or ever seen people play this game before, will not know. So we're actually going to head over to 6 Island. And we're going to take a little bit of a detour, go in the other direction. Upwards to Disappointment. Wonder why he's trying to juggle it in secret. Or he's battling his Pokemon in secret. Don't think there's anything really secretive that he needs to do. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, that hurt a good bit. Guessing his last Pokemon's probably gonna be another Mr. Mime. Nope, that's definitely not a Mr. Mime. Nah, just a bunch of people that are watching this YouTube video. That's all. Hello, swimmer. Well, that's sad. Hopefully you're being kept safe. Although I don't think these waters... No, these waters have tentacle on them. I was gonna say, I don't think these waters are gonna be as dangerous as Hoenn. But I think Hoenn also has the exact same problem. There we go. D, nice. I defeated D, nice. Don't be hating. Don't be a player, skater. I wonder if I actually can take out Gyarados with one hit of Frenzy Plant. Yeah. I didn't think it was going to actually happen just because Gyarados still technically has a bit of a high special defense. We're in a neat little place of land. Whoops, that's a trainer. Aroma Lady? Yeah. This is the other Pokemon that needs the Sunstone. But I don't remember if Sunkern is even available. And there's Sunflora. To some degree, one of the weakest Pokemon evolution lines that there is. Go. So that actually is going to be where we leave off for this specific episode. Next episode around, we'll continue a little bit further along Water Path so I can show you guys what exactly that disappointment was. Also, at some point, we will need to save that Sapphire from Team Rocket's clutches. Until then, we'll see you guys in the next episode.